Hours, a handful of Northland football teams punching their ticket to state. That includes one dynasty right down the road on I-35. The Moose Lake Willow River Rebels are the standard for excellence in high school football. They have won the Section 7 AA crown 7 of the last 8 seasons, and the only time they didn't was the COVID season in 2020 when there was no playoffs. The Rebels come into this title game undefeated at 9-0, taking on the Aitkin Gobblers. First quarter and first drive for those Rebels. Sophomore running back Braden Strand barrels his way through that maze of bodies into the end zone, giving Moose Lake the 7-0 lead. Now in the second quarter, Micah Thompson hands it off to his fellow senior Parker Samarja. He hits the edge and turns on the Jets. No one going to catch him. He sprints down the sidelines. 80 yards later, he gives the Rebels a 13-point lead. But Moose Lake's defense, the true difference maker tonight. Thompson playing on both sides of the ball, making that clutch interception to stop the Gobblers, and they held Aitkin to under 100 yards. That stout defense also pitching a shutout. Moose Lake Willow River heading back to state for the 5th straight year and the 19th time in the last 20 seasons, all led by their Hall of Fame head coach.
Great for the parents, the community, great for these kids. They work so hard. And this group of seniors is special. There's 21 seniors on this team, and most of them have been starting since 10th grade. Half my coaching staff is former players. A lot of my players, I coach their dads. We've built a family, and that just gets passed on. Our seniors do such a great job of taking the younger guys under their wing and just establishing that culture of we are one big family.
The Rebels will now head to the state tournament in search of the school's first ever state title. And over